this is not an ideal, the political alignment right now is not ideal to do it now. They require the support of the PSDB, the opposition party, which has spent the past couple of years resisting reforms that might help the economy. And you've got the additional complication that in October there are local elections, and these local elections matter more than they normally do, because well, for two reasons, two related reasons. One being that Caixa Dois money is harder to come by post Petrobras. And I'm not sure how I should perhaps define some of these terms, but and the second reason being, I believe that in last year the Supreme Court barred corporate donations to parties. So parties that want to do well in 2018 are going to be relying very heavily on the kind of the local official who's elected in October to kind of get out to vote for them. So they're not going to be keen to do a lot of unpopular things, raise taxes, cut spending before those elections. And then you have the big sort of wild card of what the PT is going to do. I mean, how the impeachment has kind of given them a cause. It's mobilized them. It's as I said, it's sort of put a cloud over the legitimacy of this president. Brazil, I think, has had 3 vice presidents take office in the past 3 decades, but none of those transfers of power were contentious the way this one has been. So, I think there are reasons to worry that, despite his good intentions on the economy, he won't be able to get as much done as we might.
So, the other thing is Petrobras, right? Obviously, Petrobras became very, very rich. The pre-salt, I think it is a real thing. Petrobras is highly technical. It's an amazing company. But government obviously decided to start using the company to develop the economy, which is hard. You can obviously, a company like that can do many things. But again, another monopoly, right? Petrobras is a monopoly, no competition. It's very hard. There are no checks and balances. There is nothing to compare. So other thing, BNDES, BNDES is a national development bank for those that are not familiar with that. So it's a massive balance sheet. I should have checked the number, but the balance sheet of BNDES is one of the largest balance sheets of any development bank in the world. It's really impressive. So crowding out the private sector. So you start extending subsidized loans for many sectors, and for a certain period of time it works, but it's obviously it's not sustainable. And so the crisis, and just taking a very, very pragmatic view and try to avoid talking about politics, and it was almost like the impeachment, almost like an inevitable change. And I say that because after 12, 13, and just before, maybe 2 years before the election, you start to see the private sector really stepping out. Because as the private sector looks at these things and look at so many things that are artificial, they say that's not